uh, get my son attached to my estate planning, more so to get the estate planning going. So hopefully you can help me out with that. Once again, my email is truefreeman317 at gmail.com. And I'm looking to see if I can set up some estate planning for my son and my live-in girlfriend. See if you can help me out, please, sir. Look forward to speaking to you. Thank you. Bye bye. Oh, damn it. Was my audio even going? Let me see something here. Mute mic. Okay, okay. Oh, crap. Alright, so I guess some of that got missed. Okay. Ah, damn it. Alright. I guess that was a bust. I apologize. I had myself muted. I didn't even know. I apologize. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We can try again. Pick yourself up and try again. That's the name of the song. Just pardon my flatulence. Okay, that wasn't that bad, so still have to get myself to the gym today. Let's see if we can get this one off. Oh crap, I screwed that up. Bear with me, please. There will be plenty more fuck shit on the way. Alright, just bear with me. Just getting this one lined up. And there will be plenty of fuck shit going on this hour, so just bear with me. And here we go. Bear with me, please. Bear with me. Just have to mute for a second. Here we go.
Indiana Auto Appraisal Group.
Yes, I have some questions about appraisals. If you could help me out, please.
I'll try.
All right. If I have a vehicle that I'd like to get appraised, I believe it would classify as a classic. It's an '88 Chevy pickup truck. I was just curious, do you guys send people out to do the appraisals, or do I then have to bring the said vehicle and/or item to you guys?
I mean, we'll go to it. Our fees depends on where the vehicle's at.
I see. Well, I am relatively close to you, and I do have a number of firearms as well. Do you guys appraise firearms as well, and/or tools?
No, just vehicle.
I see. Okay, and because I am new to this, I'm just curious. If I were to get tools appraised, what's probably the amount of loss on return that I would get on them?
For tools, we don't appraise tools.
I see. Okay, so
Just vehicles. Indiana Auto Appraisal Group. We only do autos.
I see. Okay. All right. So I guess I'd have to call and schedule a time. Is there a fee associated with this or no?
If it's in Marion County, it's $100. If it's out of Marion County, it's $25 for every county out.
I see. Okay. All right. And I guess there's no way you can tell me what I'd be looking at for an '88 Chevy pickup over the phone, unless you guys. All right. Fair enough.
There's too big of a range. You'd have to see it.
All right. Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll see if I can get everything lined up, and hopefully we can get this scheduled and have you guys come on out, and we can take it from there.
Okay. Just let us know.
Thank you so much. You guys are Monday through Friday, or are you guys open
Monday
up?
through Friday, correct.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care. Bye bye. Ooh wee. Getting things lined up. Ooh motherfucking wee. Get everything lined up. Getting under Tyra's skin. Making his life a living hell. Uh, what else? There was something else I was supposed to do with his ass today. You know what? There was something that was on my mind for a couple weeks ago. Let's see if we can find a number and see if we can. Bear with me, please. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Wow. Bear with me, please. Okay. I'm just scratching this down, and then I will make this inquiry, and this will definitely improve the life of Mr. Tyra Jamel Moore. Because as he says, we don't actually hate him, and this sector would be shit without him. So what we're trying to do is improve the life of Mr. Tyra Jamel Moore. So, yet again, I'm going to ask you guys to bear with me while I get this thing lined up. And we will then proceed into more fuckery, which is, I'm pretty sure that's what you guys are here for. Pretty sure you guys aren't here for the pleasantries and the lovely music and so forth. I do apologize that I don't have any background music. Maybe that is something I could look into for future streams, and we will get that going. Bear with me, please. It will be just a moment in time, and we will get this going. Oh, okay, it's going. Thank you very much for being patient, Miss Faith Rodriguez. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your time and your company. Here we go.
How may I help you?
Yes, I'm a 42-year-old man. I live in Marion County, and I've been without work for quite some time. I was hoping you guys would be able to help me out, please.
Okay, have you ever worked or applied with us before?
No. As a matter of fact, I have quite a gap in my my employment history, but I do have history working for myself.
Okay, what you can do is go to our website at proresources.com. All of our listings are available there. If you do qualify for one of those positions, if you want to go ahead and hit apply, then we will call and set up a phone interview with you.
Sounds good. Okay, and you guys are open Monday through Friday until 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. and so forth, or?
5 p.m. We always close every day from 12 to 1 for lunch.
Okay. All right, and
okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Please press the start key.
It is not easy to get Tyra a job. But I think that's something I could work on towards the end of this year. Yeah, so I was trying to find Tyra a job. I was trying to find someone to appraise the truck and hopefully have it hauled off to a scrapyard. But unfortunately, the company that I called, they don't accept vehicles. I could try another scrapyard and hopefully they can come and remove the vehicle. Let's see if we can do that. Because, I mean, no one really wants to look at that unsightly vehicle. I mean, it hardly runs. Tyra doesn't have the money necessary to put into, or excuse me, the money that's required to get that thing to be roadworthy. We know he has an exhaust leak. We know he is suffering from a lot of codes. There's an exhaust leak probably at the manifold. It sounds like there's a misfire. And to get parts for something that old, the parts are few and far between. So Tyra would probably be forced to put in a newer motor, which would be used, and then you have the parts and the labor and all that jazz. He's better off just scrapping it. So can the state do that to remove the car? By law, I would imagine bylaw. Now, if it were out in the alleyway and it was obstructing the path of a fire vehicle and or ambulance emergency public vehicle, then yes, I'm pretty sure they could remove it. But it's just a matter of getting that. Now the thing is, I have a diesel truck, but I'm not too sure if my winch would be able to hook up to anything in the front. He has to have what's called a D-link or tow hooks in the front. Then I could yank the truck into the alleyway. But because the alleyway is running perpendicular to the driveway, it'd be very difficult for me to hook up my truck and yank his truck into the alleyway. It would be a lot of noise. It's not something you could really do within daylight to hook up a winch and drag him into the alleyway. And even if you did it at night, if he has the emergency brake on, and obviously the vehicle would be in park, just the noise of the pins in the transmission exploding, it would be it's not an easy thing to yank a parked vehicle out into the street. As much as, and even with dollies being a dually, it'd be extremely difficult. Yeah, I'm not too sure if most dollies would accommodate a dually. Just the sheer weight. You have to consider that most pickup trucks now are over 6,000 pounds. Like an F-150, if I'm not mistaken, is well over 5,500 pounds. So I would need myself. My truck would have to be a 2,500 and over diesel, and even so with a very short cable system and or winch to yank his truck out of the driveway. Now, mind you, sometimes Donna will park the car in the alleyway, but more so on the boulevard of the parking garage. So yes, that vehicle would be a lot easier, and it's much lighter to yank that into the path, and I think it'd be quiet too. It's relatively. The only problem is that alleyway is not smoothly paved. I agree, Miss Rodriguez. It is a shame, but there are many ways to have vehicles removed. It's just a matter of using the bylaw, using the system to get it done. And more so, if he comes out arguing with a public official, then we get what we want. Tyra is he's easily baited. It's easy to bait the hook and catch the fish with Tyra. Let's see here. I was on my way to making another inquiry here because what we were trying to do is before these places close for the evening, they operate. Hello, Miss Cleaver. How are you doing today? They operate on banking hours, so I was trying to see if I can get somebody to explain the ins and outs of estate planning because Tyra was going on and off. You have to do some ninja stuff. Indeed, 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 to get that car out of there. As I was saying, I was trying to find a company that would help me, or more so, give me a full rundown as to the process of a will, and we're gonna see if we can debunk and or confirm the claims of Tyra because he and Donna are not married, or excuse me, as he says, married, and I doubt that Donna would be entitled to anything. So I think my best bet is to call an estate lawyer and or an accountant, not a chartered accountant, so maybe a personal accountant, because you have CMA, CPA, CGA. I could probably go with the CGA. I think a CGA would be my best bet to find out the ins and outs. Yeah, because I'm not too sure what type of lawyer. Well, an estate planner, but I'm not too sure if that's the same thing as a lawyer per se. Who could give me the proper information to help debunk Tyra's claim? Maybe I could do that next Monday, and or send some emails out and see if we can get that sorted. But I did find a company that's willing to do an appraisal. So hopefully we can get an appraisal on that house. And to the individual and or individuals who are looking to start up a GoFundMe in order to purchase that property, hopefully we can get a proper number, and this proper number will give us a reasonable number to present to Wayne, being that Wayne said he's willing to accept market value. Because I'm pretty sure Wayne doesn't want to have that additional headache on his hands. I mean, it's an older house. It's going to need repairs. It's going to need major repairs, i.e., the roof, i.e., landscaping and so forth. God knows about the condition of the foundation. The house has been around since 1910. That foundation probably, I mean, it's not as if that house is in Florida. So chances are there's been a little bit of shifting and cracking in that foundation. So yes, we're gonna have to make some phone calls here in order to find out the proper value of that house versus market value. That way, as I was stating earlier, the people who are looking to purchase that house from Wayne can make a fair offer. One that's in line with fair market value, of course. Yeah, so as I was stating, yes, we did find an appraiser. Um, it's just a matter of finding a scrapyard who will come get that truck and or the Impala. So if we have to make a credit card payment and or send out a money order, hopefully we can have yeah, we just get someone to stand in for Tyra. We already know what his driver's license looks like, so it's easy to replicate that. Well, Miss Rodriguez, you are quite close. You are very close in that sense. Being that, and I don't want to go ahead and let it out, but I'm very confident. Like, my family has history in the construction industry, so I know something about that house. But you know what? As Tara says, don't worry about it, cuz. Don't worry about it. I am going to quickly drop this link. So if anyone wants to give a chat, they can. And I think we're going to move on to the topics of today, which would be Mr. or at least the associates of Mr. William Pargo confronting Tyra this morning. So I would say Tyra, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, Tyra had made mention of Mr. William Pargo. I'd say what, maybe a month ago, maybe 5 weeks ago at best, and I know I tried to establish contact with that gentleman that very night, and with that said, I don't recall getting a message back from Mr. Pargo, but other individuals have reached out to William Pargo, and I'm confident that he's seen the messages. And yes, but if you go to, and I like to promote other content remixers, I'm confident that Black Sector God has it. I'm also very confident that Shitty Greg has it, and Sungrown Trichrome should have it as well. I would imagine that Vic Damone might have it, but I think your best bet would be the first three: BSG, Shitty Greg, and Sungrown Trichrome. They should all have a copy of it. Where was I going here? Yes, in regards to William Pargo, somebody did run up on Tyra this morning when he was getting his coffee. Randy, how do I pronounce that? Robine? Robane? Okay, that's an interesting last name. Tyra will probably get his just comings, if not the people who are associated to him, because chances are the person that I'm aware of who allegedly made contact with William Pargo put Pargo up on game as to everything Tyra said. And the thing is, Tyra must have been drunk when this happened or somewhere out of his mind to say the things that he said, knowing full well that people record him regularly. So Tyra really fucked up in that sense. So yes, that was his bad. That was definitely his bad. So, and the thing is, what blows my mind is Tyra came back to mention this again. I think maybe about a week or two after he first went off on Mr. Pargo. He told a story that Mr. Pargo could have people killed in quote unquote 2.2 seconds. That Mr. Pargo was running up on people and robbing people, basically doing a Robin Hood thing, if you will. So if you were a big time dope dealer in the hood, Pargo would run up on you. I'm pretty sure anybody here who's familiar with William Pargo has heard Tyra tell the story how somehow Pargo was afraid of Tyra. Um, that William Pargo was jealous of Tyra and bought a 1970 Cadillac just like Tyra. Apparently, Tyra had a chameleon paint Cadillac, and William Pargo had a like a red Pargo, or excuse me, a red Cadillac. And somehow Tyra claims that Pargo was jealous of him and was whipping, i.e., yes, I agree with you, Miss Rodriguez. He's doing a lot of snitching, and he claims that Mr. Pargo allegedly was whipping the car next to him. So this is swerving between multiple lanes, trying to show off, and/or driving aggressively, and somewhat dented Tyra's car. So we know, and based on Tyra's words, he says I document everything. I take pictures of everything. But I'm not too sure if I recall seeing the pictures of the damage and/or repair or any documents that came from insurance. But we know Tyra. What are the odds of him actually having auto insurance? Where was I? Where was I? Yes. So yes, he was definitely going at Pargo this morning, and associates of Pargo must have caught up to him at Speedway. And the next question is, how did these individuals know where to find Tyra? Because after talking crazy, and I'm pretty sure somebody was Pargo sleeping with Donna. That's anybody's guess, because Tyra isn't. Hence why Donna received the gift in the mail. Whether she's using it, I don't know, because it seems like Tyra doesn't want her to get her hands on it, and then she'll have no use for him. But where was I? Uh, yeah, where was I? Something along with Pargo. Um, yeah, he there's no documents, at least to my knowledge, or at least that I saw, of any insurance repairs or anything of the sort. I then mentioned what are the odds of Tyra having insurance? Slim to none. What else did I say that today's topic was going to cover? Darius Sotomayor Trichrome. That's why I first made the phone calls to the appraisers, but I think next week I'm going to have to call a more, oddly enough, more M-O or M-O-O-R-E, a more specified lawyer, someone who specifies within the estate planning field. Because I find it odd that Tyra could actually have an estate planner. I read a document online that said, or at least for the state of Indiana, on the low end, they'll talk to you for about 300. Now, as to draft the actual will and or trust, you're looking at an easy $1,200. So again, just going based on what Tyra says, had Tyra, or if he had a will drawn up, you damn well know he would have shown you the receipts, because he's able to show you the receipts for his dogs having their ears clipped and apparently their shots and what have you. So I'm just curious why he won't produce those documents. I'm not going to keep this too long, but in regards to Mr. Zone, I think I said this earlier in a video earlier today. I do apologize that you are being blamed for a situation in which you have nothing to do with. That document, or excuse me, that package was sent by Mr. Dwayne Johnson. I'm not too sure if this is the same 50-something-year-old man who used to be an employee of the WWF, but that package was not sent by Zone. So it's rather unfortunate that Zone is catching hell for something that he did not do. And yeah, you know what? That's another thing. I'm actually going to show this comment. Um, yes, he's by his own admission, because we do know that if Tyra had those type of funds, he would, or excuse me, that coverage, he would have bragged about it a long time ago. He'd probably use that as something to one up on Tommy Sotomayor. So we damn well know. What? Don't be sorry to Zone. Is that what you're saying, Faith Rodriguez? You know, Faith Rodriguez, call my show right now. Call my show right now and show your face. Who are you referring to? Who should I not be sorry to? To Zone or Tyra? As far as Tyra receiving his gifts, he should be very happy that someone is actually going out of their way to send him a gift. I'm sorry, could you specify to whom you're referring to, please? Are you referring that I should apologize to Zone, or excuse me, that I should not apologize to Zone or Tyra? Oh, well, Zone and I, we've had our differences, and I want to say that my differences with Zone, I don't hold a personal grudge against him. He's done nothing to me. Um, I can't say that I've done nothing to him. I do apologize because I have said some rough things about he and his wife. Are they justified? I don't want to say yes and no. What he and his wife do, that's within his own household. Now, when they put it on the internet, it does go. Okay, don't be sorry to Zone. Okay, when they put it online, yes. I mean, everyone has their right to form an opinion thereafter, but in light of Tyra giving him shit for something that he did not do based on my behalf, I do want to say, you know what, to Zone, that's not fair. That's not fair because he had nothing to do with it. He wasn't involved in the planning process. His name wasn't listed or falsely signed on the package to at all. So Zone bears no responsibility, and he should not receive shit from Tyra. Faith Rodriguez says, "Still don't trust the snake," and you're entitled to your opinion. And here I am. I'm not myself tied to Zone in any way, shape, or form. But at the end of the day, Tyra's voice. Um, Zone wasn't notified of this scenario. He was caught completely blindsided, and the fact that Tyra is too stupid to realize who it came from, it shouldn't be blamed on Zone. That's not fair to him. That's not fair to him at all. Even if I like him, or even if I don't, or even if I feel completely indifferent about him, it shouldn't result in Tyra going at he and his wife with a, what's the word I'm looking for, with a rejuvenated vigor, if you will. It's not fair to him. So I don't necessarily have to say I'm sorry. I will say to Zone, you know what, man, I'm sorry, and mainly because, to my knowledge, now I'm not subscribed to Zone. To my knowledge, I could be wrong. To my knowledge, Zone hasn't gone at Tyra in the last few days. Again, I could very well be wrong, but it's nothing that I've seen. So if I'm the catalyst for it, and yes, this is the black sector, yes, this is the fuck shit sector, but at the same time, it's different if he was a single dude, but it's now you have a lunatic going after a man with kids and a family, and God only knows what Tyra is willing to do. So I mean, if it's something that was directly involving Zone and Zone alone, that's a different story. But at the same time, the man has a family and kids, so it's not fair for Zone to be dumped in a situation when his family at risk. So Thank you. I think Mark Hunt nailed it right on the head because it's there for the goddamn world to see. Now the only thing I didn't do was seal it with a damn kiss. He went in on Tyra and Sui earlier. I think I may have caught some of that. I think yes. As a matter of fact, I saw him go in on Sui with the wig and the glasses and the glove. I did see that. Mind you, I'm not subscribed to him, but I did see that when I was just floating around this morning. So, I mean, whether Zone wants to reply to this or not, again, he and I are not friends. And yes, Mark, I do believe that that he is well aware of that. It's just that in Tyra's mind, he does not. He needs something, if you will. And as I've said before, he's very similar to Trump. He always needs an enemy, and I think he gets his rocks hard trying to go after Zone. He needs somebody because at first he blamed Greg, then I think he blamed me, and then somehow it came from Zone. So Tyra is just definitely a vindictive and confused person, but I honestly believe he's being willfully ignorant at this point. Because he's well known of me for quite some time. He's well known that I've called the city on his ass. I've called the police on his ass. He knows. He knows I exist. So Tyra needs to wake up, smell the skull and coffee or a Skolfie, and recognize that that Zone is not the only one fucking with him, and he knows I'm out here. But because he feels as if there's more views in going at Zone. And I'm not here for views. Okay, there's 18 people here. This might be my highest number yet. But at the same time, I don't do this as a secondary income. If I could, by all means, it's much less strenuous on the body, and it's a lot easier to do YouTube. Yes, and you know what? I think I still have the receipt from sending said doc or sent said package. It's sitting on top of my shredder as we speak. Let me just read this comment. He's making Zone responsive, Mr. Hunt. We speak Taiwanese around here. Responsive for proving he didn't send the package now, and Zone can't prove it. Good point. Good point. As I just said, I have the receipt and Zone doesn't. So yes, that's a very good point. Because Zone doesn't have any documents, yes, he's trying to force it on Zone so he has someone to argue to. Very good point. Very good point, Mr. Hunt. I'm just trying to think of, yes, and our other topic today would have been Darius Trichrome. And yes, I did see the comment that Pargo was his daddy. Anything is possible with Donna. Hence why there are two ends to the gift, to simulate Donnell and the parent or the father of the other children that Donna's had in the past. And where she chooses to place both ends is her prerogative. But that house doesn't have a dishwasher, so I guess she's going to have to wash it in the island sink. Hopefully the dogs don't get to it. It's the same thing he did with recently with Tommy and being in jail. Good point. Very good point, Mr. Hunt. Tyra definitely likes to do that when he knows that somebody doesn't have the written documents, the tangible documents to prove otherwise. Then he'll make some outrageous claim towards them and then use that claim to start an argument with somebody. And I think that's very, very unfortunate. You know what? Maybe I think I might run out of time, but maybe I can make another call to YouTube. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna do a Tyra. Click one in the chat if you want me to make another call to YouTube and have Tyra's main channel pulled down. Hashtag call YouTube. That number still should be in here. Oh, Cadario. Good to see you again. Trying to make them prove a negative. Yep, good point, Andrea. Good point. I am. Just bear with me. Thank you very much for the ones in the chat. Um, let's see if I can find that number again. I do know the first couple of digits. Because Tyra has done a number of. Good to see you, bro. Just here on the live stream, trying to get Tyra's main channel ripped down. YouTube contact. Just bear with me, please. Wonder if it's going to pop up here. Yep, here we go. All right, I'm going to see if I can make this phone call. Just give me a quick second to scratch this number down. And hopefully we can have Tyra's number, or excuse me, Tyra's YouTube career yanked from the air, or the airwaves, not airwaves, the airwaves. All right, so let's go ahead and get this call queued up. I got something beautiful for Tyra. Codario, what do you have, without giving it away, what do you have for Mr. Tyra Jamel Moore? Just bear with me. Just tapped in this number here. I'd like to see if we can get something together for Darius, like maybe a couple of gift packages and so forth, or gift cards maybe. Let's see here. Let me just dial this number in and call YouTube, as he says. What the fuck? Hang on, let's try that again. That's odd. Okay. Maybe because I dialed 1 in front. Darius needs 4 packs of Raid, my G. Yeah, he might have a roach problem.
To the Googleplex. We don't provide support here at our Mountain View campus. So if you're trying to reach support, you can find contact info for many of our support teams at google.com/support. In the meantime, I can give you some other options that might help. If you're calling because you can't get into your Gmail account, press 1. If it's for an Android device or the Play Store, press 2.
Ooh-wee.
AdWords, 3. Google Earth, Maps, or My Business, press 4. YouTube, 5. Or for anything else.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. Usually, the best place to get help with YouTube is through the online help center at youtube.com/support. Thanks for calling.
Ah, damn you.
Please press the star key to redial the last dialed.
Okay. Peace. Darius would sell the gift cards. Well, you don't have to put like $100 on them, man. I say if you get Darius like a Walmart gift card like for $10, you know, I mean, what could you really do with $10? Even if he tries to sell, it's not like you can sell a $10 gift card for $20. You know what I mean? And $10 at least I can get him a case of milk, maybe some orange juice, maybe some frozen dinners, maybe some bus tickets for a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, we're doing stuff that his dad won't do. That number that I tried did not work. I know I have the number that I called the first time written down somewhere on one of the many notepads that I keep kicking around. Oh, God. I don't know where that notepad is, though. Oh, man. Being Tyra intensive is not easy, but we will contact YouTube. Yeah. Speedway gift cards, he'd probably take it for the Katie Blunts, yeah, but that's why I said Walmart. Walmart, I don't think Walmart's going to sell Katie, man. I honestly don't think that. Let's try this. Customer service. We are going to get that damn channel yanked down. I don't aid him. Find him some help. Darius isn't appreciative. Around the right environment, I think he could be. See, that's the number I just called. Let's see here. I know I got in contact with him a few weeks ago. I'm going to try again. I'm going to drop this link if anybody wants to hop in while I get YouTube on the line here. I'm not going to stay too long. As Tyra says, I got shit to do. I'm about to get up on off here. I don't know why the hell I couldn't get through. Let me just try calling him straight. Maybe that's the problem. Shouldn't be that difficult, though. My God.
Hi, welcome to the Googleplex. We don't provide support here at our Mountain View campus, so if you're trying to reach support, you can find contact info for many of our support teams at google.com/support. In the meantime, I can give you some other options that might help. If you're calling because you can't get into your Gmail account, press 1. If it's for an Android device or the Play Store, press 2. AdWords, 3. Google Earth, Maps, or My Business, press 4. YouTube, 5. Or for anything else, press 6.
All right, let's try a different option here.
Okay, since we've got a lot of different products and services, usually the best place to start for help is through our online help center at google.com/support. There you'll find the right support options and contact info depending on the product you're calling about. That was google.com/support. Thanks for calling.
You gotta be kidding me. Jesus. Okay, let's... Wow, okay. Wow, that was ridiculous. I'm going to try to see if I can get a live person on the line. It should not be this difficult.
Hi, welcome to the Googleplex.
Wow.
We don't provide support here at our Mountain View campus, so if you're trying to reach support, you can find contact info for many of our support teams.
We try hitting 0.
google.com/support. In the meantime, I can give you some other options that might help. If you're calling because you can't get into your Gmail account, press 1. Oops, that key won't work here.
Wow.
In the meantime, I can give you some other options that might help. Okay, usually the best place to get help with YouTube is through the online help center at youtube.com/support. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. I apologize. I got a hold of somebody last time I called in, but somehow it's being really difficult this time. I do apologize. I do have a little bit of running around to do. However, just based on the research today, I was able to find an appraisal service for Tyra. So in the next coming weeks, we probably will have a Googleplex. Yeah. Do you have any suggestions, Mr. Hunt, as to how I can get in contact with them? With a live person, that is. Because I know I've done it before. It was probably within the last month I got Taiwanese month that I got in contact with somebody at Google. So I'm trying to figure out, and maybe you could help me out, please, if you know how. But I might jump off this in the next few minutes. As I stated, I was able to... you know what? I wonder if they're still open, but does anybody want to call one of Tyra's previous employers? I do have that number. Does anybody want that call to go through? If so, press 1. And we can contact one of Tyra's previous employers. We can see if we can get an employment reference for Tyra. No worries. No worries. All right, well, it's not really prime time yet, so I mean, I see there are only a few people in chat here. Again, I'm not here for the numbers. I'm just here to debunk and basically take Tyra off his high horse. He being the midget that he is. All right. I might make one more call, but you know what? I'm gonna go check my lottery tickets and hopefully I'll give another shot tonight. I want to thank everybody who stopped on in. We definitely have to touch on Mr. Pargo, and we'll see what happens throughout this week. I will want to close out on this, and hopefully everybody else noticed this. I'd imagine that you all did. After his confrontation with the associates of Mr. Pargo this morning, Tyra was very shy to mention Mr. Pargo's name. He, as some say, he did not use that same energy. He did not have the same energy that he had in recent weeks. Am I on Hangouts, Mr. Hombre? I believe I am. I'm not too sure if you and I are in the same group. But if you contact Sungrown Trichrome, he definitely has me on Hangouts, and feel free to add me there. And yeah, Mr. Homebrow, I'm pretty sure you and I have connected via Sungrown Trichrome before, so I'd be happy to share some information with you, and hopefully we can, as I stated, get Tyra's cars appraised and hauled off. As long as we can find someone to stunt in for him with a false ID. Like, we already have the address, we already have the social security number. I mean, there's not much that he can really do to prevent us from having those cars removed and sold for scrap. That would be the ultimate insult, more so the pickup, because we know that's his pride and joy. But he has cameras. He'll lose his shit. He'll come out shooting up the place. But we'll see what we can do. Anyhow, guys, I'm probably going to end this out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for contributing. And I want everybody to have a wonderful day, and more so, a wonderful, productive, and successful week. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Ooh wee.